Yeah, it's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is January 23rd, 2019. Shout out to my man D-Vault Official, and he asked for a song, Hilltop Hoods. I played a Hilltop Hoods song before actually, but not this one. This is I Love It, and I'm loving this one myself, man. Thank you for the song request, D-Vault. What's good, people? Hope you guys doing well. I'm doing better. I had a horrible bout of, I think, food poisoning from some kale salad I had Monday night. Took me out the game yesterday, but I'm back. I'm feeling good and back into the swing of things. But today we are going to be looking at your boy John McAfee at it again. He's got new Bitcoin price predictions for the end of 2019. You would have thought he would have learned his lesson from before and all those predictions he's had regarding Bitcoin's price. But he's back at it again. I'm going to tell you guys what he thinks Bitcoin's price is going to be by the end of 2019. It's just insane, man. So we'll take a look at that article out of you today. And also pertaining to McAfee, I don't know if you guys know, but the IRS is now after Mr. McAfee, and he's fled to international waters on his boat. He, his wife, and 3 or 4 other campaign members. This is crazy. I don't understand how McAfee thinks he'll be able to run for POTUS with these type of antics, but hey, whatever. I mean, I'm not saying I don't agree with many of the things that he expresses, but come on, man. Come on. Second article, and actually I may talk about it first because it's more important. The Bitcoin ETF, the CBOE, they withdrew their proposed rule change to list Bitcoin ETF. This is big news. This is I told you I thought this was going to happen anyway, so it looks like it did. Shout out to my man MF Toshi in the Webbot room. He dropped that to me, and I'm like, yeah, I'll definitely have to cover that today. So let's take a look at the market cap first. Currently at $119 billion, still sideways here, guys, and is not making much progress as far as price going up or down. And these are the periods where, as a trader, you lose money. You lose money in a sideways market. It's crazy, but this is where we are right now, and we have not yet found a clear direction. It looks like we're bottoming, but I'm thinking that this once this news from the ETF kind of starts spreading around the industry, you'll start to see a sell-off happen. But we'll see how the markets take this ETF news. I mean, it may be a non-event. I don't know. We'll have to see. But as I've stated, Bitcoin, just no real price action. Just a lot of back and forth here. And it's really been back and forth for about 2 weeks now. Nothing to really report on in that manner. First article, though, we are going to talk about is out of you today. John McAfee's new forecast for Bitcoin. Look at this, people. 170,000 by the end of 2019. I think he just likes to be in headlines, people. John McAfee has made a loud statement about Bitcoin's price in 2019. Can it really hit 170,000 threshold by the end of the year? It says here, most of those who keep tabs on cryptocurrency news have heard of John McAfee's infamous Bitcoin price prediction. He said, when I predicted Bitcoin at 500,000 by the end of 2020, it used a model that predicted 5,000 at the end of 2017. Bitcoin has accelerated much faster than my model assumptions. I now predict Bitcoin at 1 million by the end of 2020. I will eat my dick if I'm wrong. That was on November 29, 2017. Boy, you got a lot of catching up to do there, Mr. McAfee. One of the loudest names in IT and crypto sphere, McAfee always makes cynic passes at companies and other crypto market players, but seems to be deeply fond of Bitcoin despite the severe bearish fever of the crypto market in Q4 of 2018. McAfee doesn't give up on his belief. He is sure that Bitcoin will hit 1 million by the end of 2020. He didn't give any price prediction for 19 yet, but according to his Bitcoin prediction of 2020, Bitcoin should be around $170,000 on December 31st, 2019 to be able to hit the $1 million mark year after. According to the McAfee prediction tracker, Bitcoin should be growing at daily rates of 0.48% from the day McAfee published his Bitcoin price forecast to December 31st, 2020 to reach the $1 million threshold. It goes on to say here, while McAfee gives blurry arguments in support of his announcement, other crypto experts describe clear, unbeatable reasons for Bitcoin to grow. Their predictions, however, are not such astronomical numbers as 170,000. One person, Mike Novogratz, CEO of investment firm Galaxy Digital, said that Bitcoin should hit 10,000 by the end of the first quarter of 2019. And after that, we will go back to new highs to 20,000 or more, he told the Financial Times in an interview in November of 2018. The main reason for that is the flow of institutional investors. Sunny Singh, chief commercial officer of BitPay, says with Novogratz, he claims Bitcoin can crawl to 20,000 by the end of 2019 and won't drop below 15K afterwards. He is sure that the general market bull run will be driven by institutional investors such as BlackRock, Square, and Bakkt. Next year, we'll see new players and miners emerge in the industry. We will not see any rapid shift, but by the end of quarter 1 or 2, Bitcoin will emerge as a viable commodity, he says. I can agree with him saying it's a commodity or a speculative commodity asset. I definitely see that. And then 3, Anthony Pomp, the founder of Morgan Creek Digital Assets, is less optimistic. He claims the bear market will overtake until quarter 3 of 2019 before we see any positive change. The current bear market should last for about 650 days, he reckons. Pomp says Bitcoin can drop below 3K this year before it starts recovering. So far, it looks like I'm in agreement with Pomp with his prediction of Bitcoin. Arthur Hayes, CEO of crypto derivatives exchange VanEck, has pretty much the same prediction. He also predicted Bitcoin to reach 50K in 2018, but changed his mind in the opposite direction. Now he says 2019 won't see a bull run at all. Ronnie Moaz, a crypto analyst, predicted Bitcoin will reach 28,000 in the course of 2019. He believes that Bitcoin price will rise thanks to increased demand and decreased supply of Bitcoin. According to McAfee's $1 million prediction, we should be at 170 by the end of 2019. That's not going to happen. $1 million Bitcoin in 2020 is not going to happen either. So, it's just interesting to see these people talk about this and people actually believe them. Again, I'm with the camp of Pomp and Arthur Hayes. I don't think we're gonna see much of any new highs. If we do, it may be toward the end of 2019. But as you guys know, the ETF, the VanEck ETF, which I'm gonna report on next, so that's out of the way. I think once we have all of the bad news out of the way, we can then build a base and start to grow organically again. And I think, institutional investors were very spooked by 2018's price volatility to the downside. And that doesn't help, the case for soliciting institutional investors into this space just yet. So we'll have to see, like I said, if we didn't have such a bad retracement in bear market in 2018, I think we would have possibly seen a nice setup for 2019. But you have to adapt with what you're given, and you can't keep the same narrative and predictions. You gotta adapt. So like I said, I don't see Bitcoin going if it is to touch all-time highs of 20,000. I think it'll be toward the end of 2019, if at all. I mean, we could stay in a range of from $3,000 to $5,000 Bitcoin all year. In my opinion, that's what my gut is telling me. And maybe 2020 we'll really see a takeoff in Bitcoin. But you guys let me know your thoughts about McAfee's 170,000 by the end of this year based on his $1 million Bitcoin price for 2020. Do you think he's really going to eat his dick? I don't think he will. The guy is crazy, but I don't think he's that crazy. And then secondly, I'm not going to read this, but this guy, and I saw this tweet when he put it out about him not paying taxes for 8 years. Like, who comes out and says these types of things? I just, and he's trying to run for POTUS, people. This is crazy. Of course, the state of Tennessee is coming after him. The IRS is coming after him. and he's fled to international waters. So I'll leave a link to this so you guys can check this out and give me your feedback on this. When I saw him do that, I said, yeah, he's definitely, he can't be taking running for POTUS too seriously. We as a country, we're not ready for these types of radical changes at all. So I'll leave a link to this article that kind of details his exile. He has a video here as well that talks about Bitcoin and cryptos and what anonymous coins will do. So I'll leave that for you. But the other article, the more important one that I said would happen, ETF. I didn't know it was going to happen this way. I thought that the SEC was just going to deny it. Instead, VanEck CBOE has just withdrawn their proposed rule change to list Bitcoin ETF. So it says here, CBOE has withdrawn their proposal rule change to list shares of the SolidX Bitcoin shares issued by the VanEck SolidX Bitcoin Trust. The notice was published today to the SEC's website, stating that BZX withdrew the proposed rule change yesterday, January 22nd, 2019. The reasoning for the withdrawal is not yet known, but the current government shutdown in the U.S. likely plays a part in the matter. I don't know how that plays a part. It's not costing them anything to just wait till the SEC opens back up. But Jake Chervinsky explained recently on Twitter that the government shutdown was not necessarily positive news in terms of the proposed Bitcoin ETF plans, and if anything, negative. He says here, the VanEck Solid Bitcoin ETF won't be automatically approved just because the U.S. government is shut down. I've seen a lot of confusion and misinformation about how the shutdown affects the SEC and its process for handling ETF proposals. I'll try to explain here. So he has a little thread that goes on about that. And then it goes on to say here, CBOE filed the initial proposal on July 2nd, 2018, after which the SEC delayed a decision on the rule change multiple times. Now, more than 6 months later, the rule change has been withdrawn. Cryptocurrency investors, traders, and enthusiasts were hopeful that the Bitcoin ETF would help bring the cryptocurrency markets out of what has been possibly the worst bear market of all time. Now that the CBOE ETF is off of the table, attention will switch to BACT as a proposed catalyst for the market reversal. And I'm just going to be honest with you, I'm not having a good feeling about BACT either. You know, they delayed and then they made an excuse and they said they're going to, I don't know, people. They were supposed to launch last year. Then they changed it to this year, early January, and then they delayed it again with some crazy excuse. So I'm not too sure, people. I don't even think BACT is going to get approved this year, or if it does, it's way out, maybe late 2019, like in December or something. But yeah, I'm not too sure. So again, if we can just get all that bad news out of the way, we can grow organically and really build a base for cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. I really just want to see Bitcoin decouple, or all of the altcoins decouple from Bitcoin at some point. That to me will show a maturing market in the crypto space. So you guys let me know, what do you think about this CBOE withdrawing their proposal rule change? I don't know, man. That's why, I wonder. I know there was another article that came out of Cointelegraph right when I started recording. Maybe that shows more detail about why they did. But yeah, not good news for those that wanted to see that ETF go live in 2019. We definitely are not seeing a $170,000 Bitcoin now. BACT would help, but I'm not too sure BACT is even gonna pull through either. So you guys let me know your thoughts about that. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Click that bell, all that good stuff. You know the routine. Hilltop Hoods, I love it. Thank you for the song request, Devault Official. And it's your boy Crypto Blood, and that's my 2 Satoshis for January 23rd, 2019. I'm out of here, people. How?